do.
Right, so last week we looked at pedestrian crossings and the use of signals by indicators only, yeah?
Yeah.
And I was a full licence holder.
Yeah.
You remember? I did say to you that your theory side of it was a bit weak.
You did?
Yeah, because you seem to be a bit unsure about...
Doesn't take much to confuse me. I'll just, you know, I'll give you an answer thinking it's right, but then if you say to me you're sure about that, then I won't be sure anymore.
Yeah, you were a little bit unsure on some of the indicators to ground park cars and that.
Yeah.
And that was because I kind of questioned it. I said, oh, I've got to cross the centre line, so therefore I should indicate. So hopefully you've had a look at that since.
I didn't think I got confused about that bit.
You kind of hummed and hawed a little bit if you watch the video back over.
Okay.
But I was having to give you a lot of questions to ask me on the pedestrian crossings.
Right, okay.
Where it should be you giving me the questions, yeah?
Yeah.
Asking me the questions, yeah? Because don't forget, it might be different today now, it's a weekday. The situations with pedestrians and pedestrian crossings might not rise, yeah? Yeah. But we need to cover them.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Okay.
So what we'll do is we'll take it that I've set myself up. That's pretty normal, yeah? Yeah. And I'm a full licence holder, and we're going to cover the same subject we covered last week, pedestrian crossings and use of signals by indicators only, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah? And for the purpose of this today, just call me Tony, yeah?
Okay.
28 degrees. I think we're in the wrong country. And we're going to turn left, please, Marina.
So if we turn left, please. So ahead you can see the crossing.
Oh yeah, it's
What do the zigzag lines indicate to you?
Oh, I'm not allowed park, come on.
Okay. And what would you normally do as you see a hazard or crossing ahead of you? What's the first thing you normally do? Where do you look?
Check my interior mirror.
Okay. And then where do you look? What would you do next?
That depends what's happening at the crossing, doesn't it?
So you'd scan the crossing for pedestrians?
Yeah. And we're going to turn right.
Okay, so if we take the next right, please.
Oh, you're sitting in the camera.
Didn't even notice. So I wouldn't want to go on too much about it, would I? When you way past, would that be enough till going back and then drawing your attention to it? Do you reckon, or
What you're referring to?
the crossing?
There's no harm asking me questions.
Yeah.
I didn't indicate for that last right-hand turn, did I?
Okay. So we're doing signals as well. Right.
Now at the roundabout ahead, we're going to be turning right, please.
So at the roundabout ahead, we take the right exit, please.
Turning right.
So turning right. So if you indicate. Okay, a little bit late with your indication there.
Was I?
Any reason for that, Tony?
should I indicate sooner or what?
Possibly about 7 car lengths. So you can give everyone a clear indication of what you're doing.
Well, maybe you could help me with the next one then.
Okay.
So at the roundabout, we're going to be turning right, please.
So at the roundabout, we're going to turn right. So after you checked your mirrors, if you put your indicator on.
How about now?
That's it. Excellent.
Alright. Why is that important?
So that people know what we're going to do, especially at a roundabout. They need to know, you know, which direction we're going to go. Otherwise, we could be turning right and someone will drive into us because they won't be aware of where we're going.
Yeah, who needs to know then?
Any car user or road user, sorry, so pedestrians and any other vehicle, someone on a bike.
Oh, my indicators help pedestrians as well, do they?
Yes. Because they can see if you're turning, they'll know not to cross in front of your path, which is usually quite helpful.
Alright. Just let people know that I'm moving that. And we're going to turn left at the end.
Okay, we're going to turn left at the end, but by giving a right indication back there, they might have thought you're actually going to turn right into the road.
Alright.
So you're giving people a false impression of what you're doing, and you can cause an accident. So if you just indicate...
Yeah, go on.
If you just indicate for turning right or left, if you've got an obstacle in your way, it's quite obvious that you're going to need to drive around it rather than through it.
Well, how do I let the people know what I'm doing then?
They'll know that you have to drive around it, you can't drive through it. So it's quite obvious, and by your road positioning, that will be enough.
Oh, road positioning, oh right, yeah.
That'll be enough of an indicator for you.
Yeah, I suppose my road positioning is
okay, if you look ahead,
form of signal,
you can see we've actually got a pelican cross. You can see the man crossing there, and the lady with
is that a pelican crossing?
Not a pelican. I meant.
Oh, I think I know what kind of crossing that is.
What is it?
It's those black and white things.
Zebra
It's
crossing.
zebras, isn't it? Yeah.
Am I thinking pelican? Oh my god. Anyway, as you're approaching, if you scan the road for pedestrians, just be aware that someone may step on it at any time, and
like
you'll have
did,
to
yeah.
stop. And never park on a crossing in traffic. Don't know if that red vehicle is actually on the crossing or not, but shouldn't obstruct the crossing.
Why not?
Because you're stopping the pedestrians from getting across safely.
Yeah, they'll have to wait though, wouldn't they?
No, they've got right of way on the crossing.
Well, they haven't if I'm actually
There's no
blocking
need to obstruct the crossing.
But they'll see me, won't they?
But they need to have a free access.
Yeah, they will see me though, won't they?
Side. Right, now I'm losing enough of an argument.
They'll see me, won't they?
They'll see you because they won't help
Will all
but see you.
Will all pedestrians see me?
Oh, okay. The pedestrians may see you, but if you've got other, you might have a bike coming along on the outside
No,
or
let's
something,
stick with,
and we're
let's stick with pedestrians.
Fine.
Will all pedestrians see me?
If you're sat in the middle of the crossing,
Yeah.
they'll see you, but they should be safe to cross.
Have you
the
never
road.
seen anybody walk around with this dog in front of them?
Okay. Right, okay. Yeah, but the dog would walk around you. The dog will see you. Okay, so blind people won't see you, and possibly they might have a stick, and get in the back seat.
Yeah, right, yeah.
So you shouldn't ever park on a crossing anyway.
And what's the other reason for not stopping on a crossing then? It's not illegal, is it?
It is illegal, isn't it?
Is it?
It is illegal.
I don't know, I'm paying you £25 an hour, so...
It's illegal, yes. Right, so it's illegal and it's a hazard to pedestrians. Oh, come and help me out now, Tony.
So what? How illegal is it then? What, will I go to prison?
No. But you're making... It's dangerous for pedestrians. There's no need.
It's a £60 fine and 3 points on my licence, isn't it?
Is it?
That's me coming out of road telling you down to here.
Right, okay.
Now we're going to turn right.
So if we turn right, please. And then if you look ahead, we can see the red light. So that's another crossing.
So, try and get me to tell you. So,
okay. So can you see?
You know, tell me when you see a crossing.
Okay. So
I see a crossing now. It's
So can you tell me when you see a crossing ahead?
Yeah, it's one of them pelican crossings.
Okay, and how do you know it's a pelican crossing?
Oh, I can tell by the new type boxes. It's got cameras on top of it.
Okay, so what are you going to do on your
I'm going to check my mirror and where is it important? And where is it important to stop, Tony?
And where's it important to stop, Tony?
I must not stop over the white line.
Okay.
Why must I not stop over the white line?
I was just say that.
Well,
Well, you do it. So why wouldn't you stop over the white line?
Yeah, turning left.
Turning left now.
Oh, because pedestrians could walk into me, like blind pedestrians, and I'm actually committing an offence, am I? Which I could get 3 points on my licence and a £60 fine, couldn't I?
Yes.
And we're going to turn left.
And we're going to turn left.
So by asking me those, just coming out of road a minute,
Yeah.
by asking me questions like that before I get to the crossing,
Yeah.
you're actually being proactive and actually stopping me making that mistake, yeah?
Right.
Oh, we got there's a crossing now, one of these zebras, isn't it?
Okay, so what are you going to do?
I'm going to check my mirror.
Yeah.
I'm scanning because there is a lady waiting to cross.
Okay. And where will you stop?
Oh, I'll stop just before that white line. That's
Okay.
good, well done.
And then what will you do before moving off? Do you look all the way around?
No, just check my mirrors.
Okay.
And we're going to turn left.
And we're going to turn left here.
Got to be careful. So don't forget, the subject we're covering is pedestrian crossings and pedestrians, yeah?
Right, okay.
Now, we're going to turn left.
I was wondering if I should have brought your attention to them then. So we're going to turn left here, sorry?
Yeah, I was just waving her across to get rid of her.
Okay, don't wave pedestrians across, because there could have been a bike coming along on the outside and you could have waved her into the path of oncoming traffic.
So could you have actually stopped me waving that pedestrian across? Because you're being proactive.
By telling you not to wave pedestrians across
Or asking me,
okay.
why is it important not to beckon pedestrians across, yeah?
Yeah.
But because the pedestrian was there,
yeah,
and I had the opportunity there, I had a clear road behind me,
yeah,
I could see I wasn't putting her in any danger,
yeah,
and you hadn't mentioned the pedestrian,
yeah,
it was a great opportunity for me to
do that.
To do it, yeah?
Yeah.
So you've got to try and take these opportunities away from me, yeah?
Yeah.
And what do I see in the distance?
So what can you see in the distance?
Oh, I see one of those zebra crossings, yeah?
So what will you do on approach?
I'll check my mirror, but I'm scanning the crossing.
Yeah.
Apart from that bloke pulling out the other side, looks alright. And we're going to go straight on.
And then we're going to go straight on.
What's these things in the middle of the road? Are they crossings?
They're what are they called? Something islands. What are they called? Safety? No.
Yeah, go on.
Not safety.
Oh, see when these crosses going up ahead, it's Pelican Crossing.
Oh gosh, what are they called? Right. So what you're doing is you approach.
I'll check my mirror, there's a bloke coming up fast behind me.
And then again, if you look way ahead in the distance.
Oh, see another crossing going up ahead, yeah.
So how will you deal with that?
I'll keep an eye on this guy behind me, he's getting very close.
Okay.
I'm scanning the cross and I can see the boxes, so I can see that nobody's pressed the button.
Okay.
Somebody would have pressed the button, the yellow wait sign would have come on the box.
Right.
Yeah, because I get a little bit confused.
Did you say the yellow wait sign? The red wait sign?
That's the yellow wait sign, Pelican Crossing. Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. I get a little bit confused with the light sequence, because some of the pedestrian lights don't flash amber, and some of them do.
Okay.
Now we're going to turn left.
So we're going to turn left here. So,
yeah, some of them flash amber.
Yeah.
After the red, and some of them seem to go through the normal sequence of traffic lights. Now we're going to turn left.
We're going to turn left here. So what part of that confuses you?
Well, why do some of them flash amber and some of them...
Because they're different crossings. You've got the Pelican crossing, and then you've got the Puffin, and is it the Pelican that's the old type? And the Puffin doesn't flash. I do have trouble remembering which one flashes. Puffin or
Well, which would you say is the old type crossing then?
I'd say the Pelican's the old type.
Yeah, so I always get confused what to do with that flashing amber. Now we're going to turn left.
So we're going to turn left here. If you've got a flashing amber, if there's anyone on the crossing, you need to give way to anyone on the crossing. Even if it was a green light, you'd need to give way to anyone on the crossing.
And if there is nobody on the crossing?
If there's no one on the crossing and the light is flashing amber, if it's safe to go because there's no one on the crossing, you can go.
Oh, I see. One of these combined crosses ahead. We're going to turn right.
Okay, so we're going to turn right here. So how are you going to react to this crossing?
I'm going to check the mirror and I'm turning right anyway, so... I can see by the boxes here that nobody is crossing from my right to my left.
So this is the old type and it lights up yellow. Alright?
Now because it's a combined crossing,
yeah,
it's going to be normal traffic light sequence, isn't it?
Right. But if someone pressed that button...
It's still going to be the normal traffic light.
But what does the wait sign light up?
Yellow.
So there's a crossing up ahead, Tony. What will you do on approach?
I'll check my mirror.
Yep. What are you checking for?
See how close the vehicle is behind me.
Okay.
There is pedestrians standing there.
Yeah.
And I can see the wait sign on, so they had pressed the button.
Right.
So they could have changed, couldn't they?
Yeah. And then you can see safety island. They're not safety island.
Safety how?
safety haven. What would you do if there was a pedestrian there?
Oh, I'd stop and let them cross, wouldn't I?
Would you? Why? Why would you do that?
It's safer, wouldn't it?
Okay. If they're stepping onto the road, you have to let them.
Yeah, straight on.
It's going to go straight across here. But if they're not on the road and they're waiting and they've seen you, you know, ease off your gas obviously so that you're able to stop in case they step off. But as long as they're on there, you don't need to stop.
Yeah, turning right.
So we're going to turn right here.
Wouldn't do any harm if it did stop though, would it? Gets them out of the way, doesn't it?
You might frustrate traffic behind who might try to go round us.
Frustrate them.
Annoy them, frustrate them, yeah.
Coming out of roll.
Yeah.
I might actually end up exchanging details with them, wouldn't I? Because of the fact that they're not going to expect me to stop, are they?
Yeah.
But I suppose putting it mildly, yes, they would be frustrated, wouldn't they?
Yeah. And watching them. Does she know you?
And we're going to turn left at the roundabout.
Are we going to turn left at the roundabout? He's waiting there nicely.
Yeah, I done the right thing, stopping and letting them cross, didn't I?
No, not really. No, you didn't.
Yeah, so I'm using these opportunities here, which are really presenting themselves really well today because I'm getting great opportunities, but nobody behind me.
Okay, so you're scanning the crossing.
Right.
Okay.
Right,
yeah.
so forget the crossing at the moment.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm using these pedestrian situations.
Yeah.
In the
and they're all doing just what
hang
you
on.
want.
Yeah, you've got really got to let me finish because then you'll understand where I'm coming from. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the SE, if he gets opportunities like that, you haven't made any mention of the pedestrian. He checks his mirror, he sees he's got a clear road behind him, nobody coming towards him. He can quite safely stop and let that pedestrian cross, yeah?
Yeah.
Where if you'd have mentioned that pedestrian a little bit earlier and said, and asked me, was I going to stop for this pedestrian or carry on?
Yeah.
That would have solved the problem, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But we're letting the problems.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, you're not being proactive enough. You're just letting the problem just
intensify.
Well, it's not even a problem to begin with if you actually mention it. But it is actually turning into an opportunity for me to get my tyres out and start playing with them. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I will do because you're not actually mentioning that. And remember what the subject is. It's not just pedestrian crossings. It's pedestrian crossings and pedestrians, yeah?
Yeah.
So I've had a go of playing around with a couple of pedestrians now, and I actually managed to wave one of them across the road, yeah?
Yeah.
So as soon as you see a pedestrian come into the picture, you must actually chuck that question at me, yeah?
Yeah.
If it was phase one, you'd be telling me not to stop for the pedestrian or not to beckon the pedestrian across. As is phase two, you need to get in early with the question, yeah?
Yeah.
If I give you the wrong answer, then you correct me and say, no, I wouldn't beckon that pedestrian across. Stop anyway, was he? We should have been doing meeting today, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
Mind you, we are doing quite well with the pedestrian crosses.
Yeah, I was just going to say you can't really.
I'm going to turn left here because those roadworks are throwing me off my route a bit. And we're going to turn left again.
We turn left here, please, Tony.
So just coming out of road, let's have a chat while we're sitting here in traffic. Can you see where I'm coming from?
Oh, I can see where you're coming from. It's just, it's a struggle for me to do it.
Yeah, because you're not bringing up the subject.
Yeah.
You're having to be reactive.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you are letting me make the mistake.
Yeah.
And therefore you're having to correct it afterwards. Where at the kind of speed that we're going round at, and these pedestrians are being very obvious, you could actually stop the fall from happening in the first place. Yeah. With just that well-placed question.
Yeah.
And anywhere there is a pedestrian standing around,
he's going to stop for him.
Doesn't matter what the subject is, if it's going to be crossroads or emerging or turning left, turning right at phase 2.
So
just let me finish my sentence. If you don't bring the pedestrian that's there at the time into the equation, I can guarantee you your examiner will use that pedestrian.
Yeah.
And he get his toys out and start playing with them, yeah?
Yeah.
And you really have only got yourself to blame for not getting in there earlier.
Yeah.
The pedestrian's there, you know he's going to play with the pedestrian.
Yeah.
And Bill, what are you going to do? Why is it important not to stop for this pedestrian? Oh, because the vehicle behind me might not stop or whatever, yeah?
Yeah. So if they did, say I hadn't got the words out and they did then stop,
then you're going to have to deal with the problem afterwards, isn't you?
But I pull them over?
Either pull them over or do it on the move, but you are going to have to deal with it because I have made an error then. Yeah. But you're going to have to be reactive. Yeah. So because you're having to be reactive, obviously you're not going to. I'm not saying you're going to fail for it because you are actually dealing with the problem. Yeah. But because you're dealing with the problem after it's happened, and you could have dealt with it before it happened, you're not going to come away with a 6. Yeah. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
If I just give that a quick pause so I doesn't go into a